Michael Mike's Bags. Today I'm reviewing River Rat by The Bag Brokers. And I was excited when I saw these bags to get my hands on and try them out because of the slow side material. And we'll go ahead and break these bags down and start with those materials. Slow side here, this is I think it's a unique material. I look at this and it looks familiar to me, but I can't recall why it looks familiar. I don't remember reviewing a bag like this. Maybe I've thrown a prototype bag that has this material or something similar, but I don't recall what it is. So I'm going to call this unique material. I don't think I've seen another bag that uses material. It's a hybrid material, but it has a herringbone pattern on it. And I sometimes people get confused when they see herringbone patterns. They immediately think it's that herringbone carpet that's the most popular herringbone materials. This is something different. This is not that same material. This is actually a hybrid material. It actually plays quicker. It plays about a 6-speed. When I first got these bags and felt it, I was expecting this bag to play more like a 4.5, 5-speed on the slow side. It just feels like a slower material. And I love getting unique materials in because when I get them in and I don't know what to expect, so it's kind of nice to get out there and be surprised. And when I threw this bag, I was waiting for it to slow down. I kept throwing it, breaking it in, it'll soften up, and I kept waiting for the material to slow down, and it just never really slowed down. I went on the Bag Brokers website and realized they rated a 6-speed, and that's kind of about where it plays for me. So it's definitely a faster material. It's really better suited for those bag runners or players who have more of a higher arc on the throw, more of a finesse throw where you can kind of land the bag softly and get it to stop. But it's a wonderful material. It's very hole friendly. You still have control. I was able to throw some blockers, but out blockers on the board when I needed to. It's fast enough to push through. So if I throw a blocker, I can still go slow side of the next bag and push through if I want to. So 6-speed on the slow side here on this hybrid herringbone material. Fast side, this is that Game Changer Surefire fast side material. It's an 8.5. It's fast. It's great for pushing those blockers all the way up into the hole. It's great for pulling bags out of the way. It's great for dealing with congestion around the pile or bags around the hole. It's great for dealing with that. So 8.5 speed on these River Rats. Template wise, it's a medium template bag, but it's right on the edge. It's getting closer to a large template. So maybe just a little bigger than what I call a quote unquote normal bag, but not quite big enough for me to call it a large template, if that makes sense. So medium template, but on the larger side of medium there. Medium amount of fill. Because it's on that larger side of medium template, it does have some flop to it. It is not overly floppy, but it is probably what I would call a little more floppier than what I would say a quote unquote normal bag is. But it's not a loose, sloppy bag. There's enough fill in here that when I butterfly grip the bag, I can lock it down, complete control of it. So even though it has that a little bit larger than normal template to it, it's not a loose, sloppy, floppy bag. Not being familiar with the material, I don't really know exactly how much it's going to stretch. It feels like a thicker material. I don't think it's going to have a lot of stretch to it. I feel like I've thrown these quite a bit. They've loosened up, they've softened up, they've gotten to where they want to be, and this material hasn't stretched a ton. So I don't expect it to get much looser. Like I said, it's not a really loose, sloppy, floppy bag, but there is enough flop here for the forgiveness. So it's a bag that doesn't have a lot of kick. It's not a bag that's going to punish you. If you don't throw flat, the speed on the slow side doesn't really grip the board very much. It kind of slides really nicely. So it's going to land, even if you put an angle on, it's going to land, kind of flatten out, run fairly straight through up the board. So very little kick to it. The fill in these River Rats is a mixed fill. I love the fill that Bag Brokers put in here. It's a wonderful fill. It gives the bag a little bit of motion, a little bit of action, not a lot. It's not a bouncy bag. Like I said, it's not a bag that's really kicking on you, but it's a bag that just gets up around the hole and it drips in. I mean, this material, slow side material is very hole friendly, but you add that fill in there and the beads in the fill, and this bag really is just what I call a drippy bag. I love this bag around the hole. You get up near the hole and it's going to drip in. If it sits there, the next bag comes and is taking it in. So definitely a forgiving bag on the landing. It's also a forgiving bag around the hole. And I didn't even mention with the flop here, it's a bag that even if you're missing your landing zone, like I talk about that rectangular box you need to land your bag in to get it to catch the hole. Smaller, fuller bags tend to have a smaller landing zone. Larger, floppier bags have a larger landing zone. This is a larger than normal landing zone. It's a very forgiving bag in the sense that if you're missing your mark left or right, just catch that corner. That corner grabs and hooks the lip of the hole. It'll spin the bag around and bring it right back in for you. The day I went up to throw and record here, you might see here, it's a windy day. There's wind blowing. And so sometimes that bag will get caught in the wind a little bit off course and land kind of not where I wanted it to. And even still, it would a lot of times catch that hole, spin around, and either hold it in play or drip it right back in the hole for me. So definitely a bag that's going to make up and kind of cover up a lot of your mistakes. It's a very forgiving bag. And so I love bags like that, and I really enjoyed throwing this bag for that reason. These bags in particular are TCL stamped, but you can also get these from the Bag Brokers website with the ACO stamp. So if you play an ACO or TCL, you can throw these River Rats. Let's go ahead and jump in, talk more about playability on these. And for me, this bag is more of a hole runner style bag. This is a bag, if I'm pulling this out, I'm getting up there. I just want to throw my 4 bags in, get my 12 points, and just outlast my opponent. You do have the ability to throw blockers here, and you'll see I did put some blockers up there. The bag is it makes a decent blocker in the sense that it's big enough. It takes up to a lot of real estate on the board, so it makes it causes problems for your opponent visually, and they do have to at least be able to push through it. Now, because this material is a little bit on the faster side, it's not real sticky. It's not a bag that's going to cause a lot of the push bags to kick off very much. It's not a hard bag to push through. So if you have an opponent who can push through bags or has a little bit of a faster bag, they're going to have no problem pushing through that. But it still makes a nice obstacle and can cause some problems as a blocker if you wanted to. Collectability wise on this, because of the template size, you can get more aggressive putting that bag on your opponent's side, knowing you can come down, just clip that corner and take the bag in. As I mentioned, both sides of the material are very hole friendly. So if you just get it started and pushed into the hole a little bit, it'll go ahead and drip in the rest of the way for you. I had no problem when bags were a little bit further over than I wanted my opponent's side to come down. I didn't have to get crazy and try to throw a cut or go after it. Just come to the middle and I could just catch that corner and I pull it in. So it's definitely a very collectible bag. Shot shaping wise, it is a bag that you can shot shape with. Probably not an easy bag for beginners. If you're average, above average, advanced or elite, you can do it. Average, I think you could probably get away with some subtle shot shaping with it. But for beginners, I think there are better bags out there. I didn't have a problem throwing my cuts with it. I did struggle. I've been trying to learn a little bit of, or develop a little bit of a cut flop. I wasn't as successful with this as I am with some fuller, bouncier bags, but I'm also not very good at it. So that's not really a reason to say the bag you can't roll or flop this bag. I think if you have that skill set, you'll have no problem rolling or flopping these bags. Like I said, the cutability, you can do that. It's not making those harsh, aggressive cuts that a really sticky, bouncy bag would do, but it's enough that you can get around bags. And honestly, a bag like this, because of the speeds, I actually like to play more of that bully, get around style game with this. In other words, if my opponent has a blocker up there, I want to aim. I don't want to just get around their bag cleanly. I want to aim in and kind of bully their bag, hit their bag and bully it in. Because this material is on the faster side, on the slow side, it's enough speed that when it hits, it's going to, when you push into a bag, you're going to scrub off some speed. With slower bags, you push into them, they stop, and they end up sitting kind of right behind or right beside. With the bag that has a little bit extra speed to it, you can kind of push into it, you scrub off, and then you get in front of their bag, or you go in the hole and leave their bag there. And that's what I look for. So a bag like this does that really well. So I really like playing more of that bully. I want to bump into their blockers. I want to kind of push their blockers out of the way. I want to get my bag in front of theirs, and then make it impossible or difficult for they got to push through two bags to get their bag in, or make them leave their bag and try to do something different. And then I can collect my bag at the end and score points. So these river rats are really great for that get around or bully style gameplay. And I think that really fits better into that hole runner style gameplay as well. So if you're a player who likes to just run bags in the hole and you're looking for a bag, maybe you throw those bags that have that 7 or 8 speed slow side. You want a bag that has a little more control for you. I think these river rats are great because they do give you that option to throw blockers if you need to, but you can still run bags in the hole with them. I didn't mention as well, humidity. This material does really well in humidity. So if you play in an area where humidity is an issue, or you deal with different board conditions, I found this material plays pretty consistent. It didn't really slow down much. It still moved when the boards got sticky. So it's definitely a bag that I think you can throw in those humid conditions and still get it to move and slide up the hole for you, or slide up the board for you and drip in the hole really well. It leads me into availability. The Bag Brokers has a website, thebagbrokers.shop. I'll put a link to the description for you. You can go there to buy the ACO version of this bag. If you want the TCL version of these bags, you need to go to the TCL shop. I'll put a link in the description as well. So there's a link for the Bag Brokers website and a link for the TCL shop where you can buy the TCL stamp bags. If you don't need the TCL stamp, go buy from the Bag Brokers website because it's cheaper. On the Bag Brokers website, it was like $70 for a set, and I think it was like $9.90 shipping. So shipped to you, just under $80 shipped to you. Phenomenal price for these bags. If you go through the TCL, it's $95 for a set, and I believe it's $12 shipping from them, so $107 for the TCL. Just under $80 for the ACO version. So if you don't need a stamp, or if you play ACO, go the ACO route. If you need a TCL, then obviously you go the TCL route. If you've thrown the river rat, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment down below. Always love hearing you guys' opinions on these bags. As always, I thank you guys so much for your support, and I thank you for watching.